Very good. Okay, connection is excellent. Let's go ahead and see how everything is looking. If you are just joining me, I'll be with you guys in a moment. Yeah, everything sounds good. Very good. Okay, so we're good. Make sure that we're getting sound from the system. Yes, we are. Very good. All right, very nice. Okay, yeah, so hi guys, welcome to VIsionTek. My name is Ricky. Today we're going to be testing my Dell OptiPlex 7010, running with. So if you caught my live stream last week, you might have noticed that I already tested this system with Overwatch last week. But I didn't like that test. That's why I didn't upload a video with it, because I didn't let Vulkan shaders preload, and that causes a lot of stuttering. So you always want to do that before you start your system. But I was kind of running out of time, so I just decided to go ahead and get started. And now I went back and looked back at the video, and I never even mentioned that the name of the computer, and I just wasn't happy with that video. So I decided to go ahead and re-upload it again. But yeah, we're running with Dell OptiPlex 7010. I have the case off. I have the front panel off because my rear fan stopped working. So I suspect that the port itself is dead because I used another fan and it didn't work. And that's the thing about computers like this. These things are workhorses. Once you have a system that works, it'll run just fine. Let's go ahead and hop into the desktop, and we'll talk about the system. So we are running the system on Bazzite 42. This is the handheld HTPC handheld and HTPC edition of the operating system. It is the here you can see some of the specs of the system. We are running, as far as the processor is concerned, we're running with the Intel Core i5-3470. This is a CPU with 4 cores, with a base clock speed of 3.2 gigahertz. We'll talk about the CPU a little bit more in a little bit. We're running the system with 16 gigabytes of system memory, GDDR3. This is the Basilisk version of RAM. This actually has heat sinks and things like that. It's pretty nice. It's running at 1600 mega transfers per second, or megahertz. I guess you can say the same thing. The megahertz and mega transfers are the same thing. The gigahertz is the frequency at which processes take place. It's essentially the same thing. It's just used with a different name. I'm pairing it with an AMD Radeon RX 470. This is the VIsionTek model of the card, which originally came with a blower style cooler, but I replaced it afterwards with a with more of a dual fan style of coolers, to try to reduce temperatures. Unfortunately, I wasn't actually successful, but switching it did help with noise levels. So there's that. So let's talk about the CPU. The Intel Core i5. Very good. Okay, so the Intel Core i5-3470 is a third-gen Ivy Bridge desktop processor that was originally released in 2012. So it's old, but it's not the oldest that's available out there that you can use for gaming. This is kind of like a good, solid middle ground for you to get started with gaming, because you can find those relatively cheap. And here in America, it's here in the United States. And here in the United States, it's actually relatively easy to find systems like this that offices are getting rid of them. Sometimes you can even get them for free. I actually found this guy on the recycling bin, so I know that that's actually possible. The CPU features 4 cores and 4 threads with a base clock speed of 3.2 gigahertz, but it can boost up to 3.6 gigahertz. It uses the LGA 1155 socket. And it has 3 megabytes of cache with an original TDP of 77 watts. A lot of these CPUs back in the day used to be very power hungry because that's a higher TDP than the words are not helping today. The AMD, the main test bench, the Ryzen 5 5500, that one has a TDP of 65 watts, for example. So throughout time, upgrades continue to compile, and then you end up with a situation where the same amount of TDP can provide way more power. So that's something to keep in mind. But in spite of that, I still think it's useful to build systems like this, because it's a great way to get started and to learn how to put together systems, because it all translates. If you know how to install an RX470, you'll know how to install the a 5090 if you want to go that high. So this is great for you to get started. The graphics card, on the other hand, alright, I want to actually pull that up because I want to show you guys what I'm looking at. We're going to pull up Tom's Hardware. Very good. Okay, and here it is. This is what the card used to look like originally. I'm gonna, in the actual video, I'm probably just gonna have a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see what the difference is. That is what the die actually looks like. So the VIsionTek RX470 overclocked version of the card was originally released in August 4th, 2016, and it was part of the Arctic Islands RX400 generation. It's part of the 14 nanometer process die, which has a base clock speed of 926 megahertz, which boosts up to 1226 megahertz at the base clock speed. The memory clock goes up to 1750 megahertz. And this has 4 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory with a 256 memory with 256 bit memory bus, and it has 2048 shader units, 128 TMUs, 32 ROPs, 32 compute units. It has oh yeah, actually it's and it's part of the Polaris 10 Pro variant. The GPU name it's referred to as Ellesmere, and this is actually something that you will see on the system. The nice thing about getting AMD graphics cards for when you wanna run Linux is that the performance in gaming, in terms of gaming, between the two, is significantly better when you're running on. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Okay, never mind. Let's go ahead and pull up Steam. I was planning on running a couple of emulators to show you guys the kind of performance that you can get out of emulation, but sadly, I am terrified of Nintendo because Nintendo is a mean, evil corporation that is probably going to come after the little pennies that I have. So I'd rather not. So we're going to have to, you guys are going to have to kind of get an idea of the kind of performance you can expect out of an emulator based on the games that I'm going to test. So we're going to go in order of how difficult it is to run some of these games. And we're going to run everything at either medium or low settings to try to give this system the most fighting chance possible. So we're going to get started with by the way, another thing that I mentioned last week is that sometimes if you have with Linux, you have very funny things that happen from time to time that makes you forget the simple things that Windows does for you in the background that Linux doesn't do. For example, I have a RGB Razer keyboard. I don't necessarily recommend it, by the way. These things are overpriced, and I mean the quality of the keyboard is decent, but you can get better for much less or about the same. But anyway, this keyboard has RGB that you can control with Razer software. So it appears to when you start the system, it appears to boot the RGB software first and then the keyboard, because the system struggles to communicate with it. So I have to get to the desktop, disconnect the keyboard, reconnect the keyboard, so that way the system can speak to it and actually recognize that as a keyboard. Simple things like that are things that you don't even think about that Windows does for you in the background. And that's why I don't recommend for anybody to get into Linux if this is your only system. This is not my only system, not by a long shot. I have right now the counter is at 4 computers that I'm testing on a regular basis as part of my regular rotation. So that's why I have a system with Linux. And next week, by the way, a game that you are never going to be able to get running, or at least as of now, it is impossible to get it to run, is Fortnite. Well, you can't run it on Linux unless you run it on cloud gaming. However, last week I said that the experience was terrible, and it is. But there's been significant improvements. If you notice on my desktop, I've actually installed Microsoft Edge, which I was surprised that is actually available on Linux now. That was actually very interesting. And it imports all of your all the information from your Windows browser. I have all of my browser history, passwords, and all of that stuff. I know that not many people like Edge because they have memories of how Edge used to be, and it's not perfect, but it gets the job done for me. So I use it on a regular basis. So this just makes it convenient. So next week we're gonna test cloud gaming, where I'm gonna test an even older system. When I want to show you guys what you can do with a dual core Pentium system running on Mint. So we can test what the current state of cloud gaming is and what you can actually do with old hardware. But today we're gonna hop onto my Steam library. And we're gonna test. Just joining. Okay. It almost look like there's no sound there, but I think there is. All right, very good. Okay, so we're gonna hop onto my Steam library, and we're gonna start off with Fallout New Vegas. We're gonna be running the game with we're gonna be running the overlay with Mango HUD. If you're interested in getting if you are on Linux and you want to learn how to and you want to figure out how to set up Mango HUD, or you can get Mango HUD to give you the overlay. I have a short where I show how to set up Mango HUD. If you're watching the actual final edited version of the video, there should be a link on the description. Otherwise, you can just go to my profile and you'll see it from there. It's very easy. All you got to do is just download Mango Juice and then add here on the Properties tab. You're going to open up the General Properties tab, and then on the Select Launch option, you're going to add this command, Mango HUD space %sign command %sign, and then it'll launch immediately. So we're gonna start with an easy game to run, and we're gonna progressively move to harder and harder and harder titles to run until we get all the way up to Arc Raiders or Cyberpunk 2077. I guess we'll see which one is actually harder to run, and we're gonna use and we're going to say that if a system can run at least 60 FPS, then it's considered, then the system can run it well. If it's at least 30 FPS, then it can meet minimum requirements. Anything below 30 FPS, we'll consider it as not playable. Now, that being said, my first playthrough of Fallout 4, I beat it with a computer that was struggling to get to 24 FPS. So even if you manage to get the game to launch, you can still make it happen. It's just not going to be a great experience. So anyway, hopping onto the first game that we're going to test today. We're going to start off with something easy to run, Fallout. This is the first Fallout 1. Then we're going to hop over to Fallout New Vegas. And then I'm planning to... no, sorry. We're going to start with Fallout 1. Then we're going to test BioShock Remastered. Then we're going to test Fallout... No, sorry. We're going to start with Fallout 1. Then we're going to move over to Fallout New Vegas. Then we're going to test BioShock Remastered. Then we're going to do a little bit of Fallout 4. We're going to hop into Helldivers 2 for a little while, Arc Raiders, and Cyberpunk 2077. And we'll see how the system does. You'll be surprised by the amount of performance you can get out of a system like this. Very good. Fallout 1 is one of the classic games. It's such a great game. But I can't recommend it enough. I already had a previous game that we were running. We're sitting here on combat difficulty. We have it on normal, game difficulty, violence level, targeting, combat speed. I don't think we can actually change graphical presets at this in here. But so I have the game running on default speeds and on default settings. This is a turn-based game, so you kind of just like point your character to go in different directions, like this. I'm gonna go talk to some of the, and we're gonna start counting the FPS. Very good. yeah, I did manage to get through the the cave with all the rats. I don't think we have the money to be able to pay for a for somewhere to stay. Let me see. Can we talk to Raslo? Nice to see you. Oh, nice to see you too. I don't interact with any of this people. Can I talk to them? Can I wait? I know that I have a time limit on this game, but I'm not actually ready to complete a playthrough on it. Hello. We have no armor. We're gonna unequip our weapon because I know that the security in Shady Sense doesn't. Alright, we're gonna stop it right here because I'm kind of lost with Fallout 1, but running at an average of 188, 185 FPS, and with the GPU not even realizing that there's a game running, it's safe to assume that this game is playable in this kind of system. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it right now. All right, very good. So that takes care of Fallout 1. Fallout 1 was originally released in 1997. So I can kind of give you an idea of the kind of performance that you can expect. This is similar run to something like like older games, like Super Nintendo games and things for that matter. Anything of that generation should be able to run on a system like this. So moving on, we're gonna skip a few years. And we're going to go over to Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas was originally released in 2010. So by this point, if your system can run Fallout New Vegas, you can run just about anything from the Nintendo 64 era, PlayStation 1 era, and I believe the Fallout New Vegas came out on the Xbox Xbox 360 era, I don't know. So pretty much anything older than that will work. I don't know what's happening here. Vulkan shaders are loading again. I specifically made sure that I was running Vulkan shaders. That I ran Vulkan shaders yesterday, and for some reason, so now it's making me do it again. So oh well, I guess we're just gonna have to go along with it. So 15% and all of that stuff. If you guys noticed, Bazzite, I'm running it on the desktop version of it, and if you saw the video yesterday, and if you saw the stream from last week, you might have noticed that I was hopping into the big picture mode right from the beginning, and hang on, sorry. I was hopping into the big picture mode right from the beginning. But honestly, the big picture mode gets old really fast. So, although I do recommend downloading it that way because it gives you more of a console-like experience. If you're good, unless you're gonna set up your system to run on Bazzite, to run like on like the TV or something for that matter, it just becomes a nuisance and it's kind of annoying to deal with the big picture mode. So I recommend more just sticking to the regular. Oh, come on, Vulkan shaders. What's going on? I thought I had already loaded you guys. And if you guys are just stopping by, consider liking, subscribing. All of that really helps. But more than anything, I'm just really happy you guys are choosing to watch and hang out with me for a little while. I really do appreciate that. Let me. All right, I guess we'll wait. I guess we'll skip the shaders and we'll just deal with the stutters. I don't want to be waiting for you. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. It should still give you a good idea, but there's going to be more stuttering when you don't preload Vulkan shaders, but I also don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. Okay. We're going to get out of Doc Mitchell's office and we're going to just walk around. I could have sworn that Fallout New Vegas had a limiter set up. But here we are running at. Come on, man, go ahead. What's going on? There we go. Alright, so I guess we gotta open up the Pip-Boy to get it to work. Let's see if we can heal ourselves a little bit and just make our way back to Prem. They already completed the mission with Prem. I think this could be a good opportunity to test the system indoors and oh no, I already completed this mission. Alright, and now I see why I was going that way, because I was leaving Prem. Alright, I guess let's try to see if we can get to some of the powder, I think it's the powder gangers on the past Prem before the NCR outpost. Maybe we can do a little bit of combat. Just try to give you an idea. But over here, I mean, we're running at 106 FPS, so yeah, this is definitely playable, I would say. But I just want to try to do something a little more than just running around in the desert. How do I trigger for? Oh yeah, once you set it up with the controller, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it when you switch. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess I was already here. Okay, yep. I was clearly already here. Alright, now let's see if we can go hang out with Bulbous and Colta. Oh, hi, Dark Knight Gaming. Thank you for stopping by. We're doing a live benchmark run. With Bazzite. Jeez. This thing was harder to kill than I thought. Okay, cool. That should get us by for now. Alright, very good. There we go. That's what you get. Oh, well, so much for that. Oh, this is Fallout New Vegas. And this is really early in the game, though, so there's no need to worry about spoilers. But if you don't remember the story of the game, I can't recommend it enough for you to play it again. It's such a good game. Especially if you vaguely remember it and you go back and see it with fresh eyes. Such a good game. But right now I'm not actually playing the game, we're just testing the game. If you notice, I got the overlay on the left side. So yeah, we're seeing how an old computer can run games like this. This is my Dell OptiPlex 7010. I really want to get somewhere where there's a little more fighting. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I'm clearly rusty at Fallout New Vegas, so that doesn't help. Well, yeah, I mean, it does lag and drop FPS sometimes, but we're still running well above 100 FPS, so this is the kind of game that you can easily lock with a system like this at 60. And play on something like that for days, and you wouldn't have any trouble. But I think this is enough of Fallout New Vegas. This kind of gives us an idea of the kind of performance you can expect out of a system like this. So we're gonna go over and hop over to the next game. Oh, by the way, that was Fallout New Vegas on ultra settings. Very good. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to BioShock Remastered. BioShock Remastered was originally released on September 15, 2016. So it's a little bit of a more demanding game. And that being said, it's also not an open world game. So it's a little easier to run. But we'll see. I suspect that it's going to be. And then we'll go ahead and double check, review settings, and go from there. 2K gaming, blah blah blah. I see. This doesn't really like the controller that much, so I guess we're gonna go for keyboard. Oh no, I guess it does like the controller. Alright, very good. So hopping into the options, graphic options, we're running the game on 1080p. On where is the distortion filter? Distortion, water ripple, real-time water effect. I guess it doesn't let us change the graphics preset, so we're essentially going for the default preset, and we're gonna start off on the Welcome to Rapture. Nope. Is it gonna throw us directly into the game? I really want to hop straight into the game. So there we go. Uh-oh. Oh no! Did I forget to add Mango Hug? Ah, darn it! I thought I had a Mango Hug yesterday. Trust me, guys. I was testing all these games before. At least I thought I did. Let's see. Did it? Fallout Vegas. Follow. Yeah. All right. I guess we're good. All right. Let's hop back into the game. Yeah, BioShock is so much fun. But I love that. I love this game. That's why I have it so far ahead. I started playing it, but then I often just drop games. But no, technically I'm not really sure if I'm running the game on ultra settings, because it didn't even let me choose a graphical preset, so I'm not 100% sure what graphical preset the game is running. But I want to try to see if I can go back to a point where we can see a little more movement and maybe just Alright, and we're going to start the FPS count. Oh yeah.
You're worthless! You're nothing!
There we go. Oh no, Alright. That's what you get.
If you spot a splicer in the water, hit him with the electromotor.
I just want to touch.
There you go. Take my wrench. I think this is where I was a little while ago. Yep, this is where I was a little while ago. Oh, well, this is just fantastic.
Come here now! Stop wasting my time, you horrid monster! Dragging yourself! This is not the house!
Uh-oh, I have no idea. Kid. Oh, they're totally gonna kill me.
Just lying!
Oh, there they are.
Pardon?
Darling,
Try and laugh at me.
There you go. Take that. Take that. Crazy lady. Alright. What else do we got here? Do we have anybody else? Oh, I guess I could go all the way through over here. Ah, jeez.
stop to rot.
Okay. That was really bad.
I found you that way.
Ryan! Goddamn Andrew! Ryan! Found him! They shut off access to Neptune. There's another way to get there. Head to medical. What are you waiting for? Go!
Let's go. I mean, yeah, this is me actually beating the game right now. Oh, by the way, do you know that about the I'm not familiar with that. But Batokara, I don't know. Is that, what is that? Is that a distro Linux? All right, very good.
Oh, Christ! You're trapped! Gonna try to override the exit from here.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent to you? The KGB Wolf or the CIA Jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a...
And I mean, in something like this, it's...
slapped around by government
We're getting 200
law.
FPS.
And with that, fell
So,
all
if anything,
the
Fallout New Vegas is a little harder to run. Whatever. Uh-oh. Oh, here they come.
I got him! Get out of there! Get out now!
Go, 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 go. Medical Pavilion, let's go.
Now you've met Andrew Ryan.
Welcome to the circus of value. Oh, darn it. Okay.
Hold on a second then. Remember what Andrew Ryan says. If you do that, the bandits win. Take your family to Fort Rock and Arcadia. Go out and shop. It's the Rapture way of life.
Too introverted for anyone to notice.
Very good. Okay, so that gives us an idea of what Bioshock can do, what this system can do with Bioshock. So I think this is as good time as any to hop out of the game and try something a little bit more demanding, because so far the system has been doing pretty good. So next we're gonna go ahead and test Fallout 4. Really updating? Are you kidding? I thought we did all of this yesterday. Jeez. Okay, fine. Whatever. And just like in Fallout New Vegas, we're going to let the system run in ultra settings and see how much you can do. Although, with a system like this, I would probably recommend going for medium settings as opposed to ultra. But, you know, there's no reason not to. There's no real reason not to. So let's see. Running, install script, Microsoft DirectX. Well, it boots up the game, so that's a good start. But it won't let me choose the graphical preset. And I don't know why it's doing that. Because it's typically supposed to launch a menu that lets you select the graphical preset. So I guess we're gonna go for the default. This thing is setting up for. I don't see gameplay. Let's see if we can get a chance to actually change the graphical preset on big picture mode. I'm still unable to switch the graphical preset of. Typically, Fallout 4 opens up a menu where you can see the graphical preset that you're loading into, and so far I got nothing. So we're just gonna go with whatever the system is making us run the game at. My guess that is that it might have something to do with the Vulkan shaders. So we're gonna go ahead and cancel on it, and we're gonna skip Fallout 4, and we're gonna go to Overwatch. Are you kidding? Why is it processing shaders every time that I run a game? I didn't want to use the last week's game because of the Vulkan shaders. Alright, we're gonna skip Vulkan shaders, I guess, again, because, you know, gotta finish the test at some point. Okay, and Overwatch is a very well optimized game, so, and it's a game that depends to a lot more in the CPU when it comes to generating FPS. So even a game like this, even a graphics card like this, should be enough to run the game at a reasonable frame rate. But hopping onto the options, we're gonna set up the medium quality. We're gonna restart the game. The system says that we need to restart it, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna see what the system can do with something like this. I mean, it does launch Fallout 4, and I did see it go in there, but I just couldn't figure out what graphical preset it was, so I'd rather not include it in the video, because it can't just be like whatever graphical preset that happens to be. I mean, there's a big difference between all of them. When you go from low settings to ultra settings on Fallout 4, there's a noticeable difference in the way the game looks and the way the game runs and everything. But I guess Overwatch is not cooperating. Okay, very good. Let's get back to Overwatch and see if it finished validating the game. We're gonna play. Gonna wait for it to finish processing Vulkan shaders. The sole reason why I'm not using last week's test is because I didn't let the system run Vulkan shaders. So I am determined to let the system run them tonight. This time, and I am determined to let the system process Vulkan shaders this time, but it's making it hard. Alright, okay, well I guess we'll wait for a minute then. Forget it, we're gonna skip the Vulkan shaders, as clearly it's every time I'm having to. So yeah, if you preload Vulkan shaders, you'll get a little less stuttering, but overall the graphics card, no matter how much you preload shaders, graphics card still has to run the game on the fly, so the performance will be similar. Okay, very good. So hopping into the graphics quality, dude. So we're running on the system's default settings. What is this? Why didn't it save it? Doesn't seem to be saving the graphical preset. And this is some of those things that you run into with whenever you're gaming on Linux, that I didn't see the system do this when I was playing. I didn't see this game do that when I was running it on Windows. This seems to be related to the fact that I'm running it on Linux. Oh, jeez. Okay. Come on. I need you to run. I need you to run, game, because I enjoy testing systems, but I can't be here all day. As much as I want to. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into the options. And we're running on a custom, we're running on the default settings. Which gives us this settings that you see on the screen, which is very close to a medium graphical preset. And we're gonna hop into the game, roll queue, and we're gonna start counting the FPS right now, so we can have some results at least. All right, let's go. Okay, I guess Blizzard World it is then.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Wait, there's 2 healers? Okay. Alright, well let's go then.
I'll find my own path. Does anyone have a bandage? I should have a few. Finally, I'm glad someone came prepared. Does everyone know the plan?
Hello.
Kokoyo?
Things were a lot simpler when I was robbing banks with the Deadlock gang.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Let's rile up the competition, shall we?
Open fire!
This will end them. Like a gentle rain. Under my protection. Volatile creation.
Activating defense array. Please step back. This will end them.
Draw strength from nature. Attacking me.
Make way.
Like a gentle rain.
Let's go.
Disrupting. Barrier manifested. Serve by design. Absolutely glorious.
Oh, that's a
Uh-oh. Okay.
Crafting a barrier.
okay. I learned from that.
Heroes never die. It's go time.
Barrier is splintering! The barrier has fallen!
Form a group.
On my way. Join me.
Stand ready for
Objective
resistance.
lost. Stop the payload.
Halt the payload. Have the payload. Stop them.
Okay.
Bob, do something. Heroes never die.
I'll find my own path.
Get up! Stop the payload from moving!
Soothing your wounds.
You'd be history without me. More soldiers. Barrier manifested.
I don't give up that easily.
Thank you.
Set by design.
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Step right up.
Payload's on the move. Let's stop it. Time kusuru.
Tracking right at the height of my performance.
Thank you.
Das tut mir leid.
Pristine construction.
Under my protection.
Sing for me!
I need some help.
Out of my way.
Hey,
Draw strength from nature. Do something!
I got a little too ambitious in that one.
Bob, do something!
well, that wasn't called for.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I've got you.
Pristine construction.
No, come on. All right, well, so much for that, I guess.
I learned from that.
Over here.
Stop the payload from moving.
This is brilliant. Serve by design. Retribution.
Oh man.
We've got this.
Das Universum singt für mich!
Russian satellite vector.
Payload's on the move. Time to get clever.
One small step at a time.
Glowing,
Excavation initiation.
Step right up.
Moving the payload. This is peak performance. Coming through. I am the executioner. We must accelerate.
Yeah. Well, so much for that. But safe to say that it wasn't the system's fault, because I mean, very close to 60 FPS. But I think we're running into like the territory where it doesn't run the game that good. So maybe it was like the system's fault. But I've only been practicing this game with VBA and Mercy, so if it's not those two, then I struggle more than usual. Alright, requeue, and we're gonna stop the FPS count. And we're gonna hop out of Overwatch. Very good. And next, we're gonna try out Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2, on the other hand, I need it with keyboard because that's how I play this game. Actually, in second thought, let's start off by just running. Okay, so next we're going to hop on to Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to do a little quick drive through around the city. And then we'll play a match on Helldivers 2. Then we're going to go ahead and compare the results. And we'll go from there. Alright, we're going to load up the game somewhere where it's not at, because I'm almost at the end of the game, so we're going to go back a little bit. Yeah, there. That should be enough. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start counting the FPS
hello,
right now.
Hello, I'm Arifik, and you're watching WNS News. New details have emerged on the attempted abduction of Hanako Arasaka at the Arasaka-sponsored Dashi Parade. Early accounts first reported that the assailants struck as the parade was in full swing. They overwhelmed and seized control of the Arasaka Heiress's parade platform. Fortunately, Arasaka's security forces, under the personal direction of Yorinobu,
causing a little bit of chaos.
All nearby units, we got a situation in Watson. Roger, dispatch. What else is new? We'll be right there. Suspect's vehicle has been located. Details have been sent.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and push the game as much as we can. Let that original downloading screen. Uh-oh.
Not bad. I can't. Blow you to pieces.
try to get away from this area, go a little bit more towards downtown, just kind of get a little better perspective of. Oh, by the way, graphics. So we are running the game on low preset on AMD's Quality Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2.0. Crowd density is low, and here's some of the rest of the settings for you guys to get an idea, but it's mostly just on low settings. A system like this can't really run this game much better than that, but in spite of that, by this point Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the best optimized games out there.
Order has been restored. All units instructed to return to patrol.
Get out of the way. Alright, let's start some mayhem. Oh no way! And you see the system drop and down to like 20 FPS because of everything that's going on. But in spite of that, I mean, we're running the game. Tech is coming, let's go.
are you hiding? Stop! Meet the cover. Don't hide any cues.
The hell is this?
Okay, posso só. Alright, good. So that should be enough for Cyberpunk 2077. And now we're going to hop on to Helldivers 2. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start off on the medium settings. So we're going to set up the game on the medium settings just to keep it simple. Kind of like that's kind of what I've been doing this whole time, just one graphical preset. Normally I like to compare low versus high when it comes to the graphical presets, but since I'm testing so many games this time, I think it's just better to just stick to one.
The galaxy slides farther into darkness, Helldiver. The Illuminate have plunged entire planets into an ink-black darkness that Liberty's light cannot penetrate.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods prime.
All right.
Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
Right into Illuminate this time, right? All right, let's go. All right, let's go.
Hellpod launch initiated. Notice there's a little bit of artifacting going on top of the screen, and this graphics card is already on its way out. I do push him hard a lot though, so
But I want to try it out with a different graphics card and see if it does the same thing. It might just be the installation of Bazzite. Wow, I didn't know.
We shall fight in the streets. We shall fight on the sidewalks. We shall fight in the intersections.
Deploying support weapon.
Oh, come on.
Deploying equipment package.
Heat laser.
Throwing grenades! Mag's empty! For prosperity!
Oh no.
Deploying replacement. Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Democracy has landed.
Run away. Where's my guard dog?
Diver KIA deploying replacement. Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Helldiver, reporting to the front!
Diver lost. Sending replacement. Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Ready to liberate. Fire in the hole!
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Point me to the enemy.
Grab that sample, but I don't think I'm going to finish this mission.
Freedom never rests!
No, I'm all out of steps.
Reinforcement budget depleted. Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Alright. Well, I'm still alive, so that's pretty awesome.
Last reload. Freedom forever!
I'm trying to go down without a fight, you filthy squid.
Funding approved. Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Reporting to the front.
Deploying equipment package. Sending down support weapon.
Thank you, guard dog. Oh my goodness. Alright, what do we need to do?
Tagging map.
Plant the flag of Super Earth.
Exit
Government funding approved.
Let's go.
That's empty.
Yeah, with lots of enemies. System definitely struggles.
That's empty. Yeah. I'm hit. Switch the door.
Alright, you know what? I think we're all done with Helldivers 2. And with that, I believe we're done with the test. We've had a chance to run a few tests. Let's go ahead and jump into the desktop. And here are some of the results. So starting off on Fallout. Where's the other Fallout? Fallout WHR. There should be another one. That's New Vegas. Helldivers 2, Bioshock. There's a bunch of Fallout New Vegas. Okay, so starting off with Fallout. Let's see if we can get. You see, Bazzite generates two different. Whenever you use Mango HUD to test for FPS, you get two different files. You get one that gives you just a summary, and one that gives you the rest. But I don't see. NV. Yeah, I guess I see. So there's two Fallout New Vegas that are smaller. I don't see it. Alright, well, let's extract the average, I guess. Gigabytes of RAM. Alright, let's open up the other one and see if we're getting the same information on all of them. You really should create a second file. Because it's a sample every second, so it doesn't. This is what it should look like typically. Like this. So, for Fallout New Vegas, we had an average FPS of 95.5 FPS. For BioShock, no, this isn't it. For BioShock, we had an average of 155.4 FPS. For Overwatch had the average FPS for Overwatch was 55.2 FPS. For Cyberpunk 2077, and this was the Chaos run, we had an average of 44.9 FPS. We did have a big jump on the FPS when you first load up the game, and the 1% low actually shows better the performance that the system was actually putting out, which was 20.80 FPS. With Helldivers 2, I didn't get the file that gives me the average, but when we pull up Helldivers 2 and we go here into the standard average FPS, we vary from 20, 25, 27. Okay, let's open up. I think I have an idea on how to get that average. Office. Yeah, no, it's not giving me the. Okay. All right. So yeah, I still gotta get a little better at extracting the FPS out of Mango Hut. So it was God, I've been here 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, very good. So overall, the performance of Bazzite with a system like this is pretty good, all things considered. Depending on the price that you find the main system, with averages of around 25 FPS on Helldivers 2, somewhere around the same for Cyberpunk 2077, and we were getting well into the hundreds on games like Fallout New Vegas, BioShock Remastered, and close to 60 FPS on Overwatch. Overall, this is pretty good, and it gets the job done, and it's a great way to get yourself into PC building and for you to test out Linux. Bazzite, in my opinion, is a great option for that. When you first launch Bazzite, it'll look like this. So it's definitely something to consider. In any case, that was the benchmark run of the Dell OptiPlex 7010 paired with our Radeon RX 470. Overall, I think it's pretty good, but it all depends. It depends entirely on what price you get the system for. I got the system out of the recycling bin, so then I think it's worth it. But pretty much at this point, if you're gonna build a brand new system, the amount of money that you're gonna spend on buying a bare bones system like this, and then buying a CPU, and then buying RAM, you could get something much better. So it really depends entirely on the price. I really hope you guys find this useful. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this with anybody you know who might be interested in getting into computers. I will have a shorter version of this video in the near future that I'm gonna edit and re-upload. So consider subscribing for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye for now.